Getting going. Cooking. All right.
Hello, everybody. What it do? Welcome to another new episode of Technical File.
Look at us.
Oh, you know where we going today, goddammit. I had to pull this shit out the goddamn closet. The old yuck mouth on the damn chest, but it's okay. I need the green and gold to show.
Listen, we got a lot to talk about. Let's just hit that theme music and get right on into it. Welcome to episode 326 of Technical File, the sports podcast you never knew you needed.
And this your boy, TIMKINZ, the number 3 Dallas fans gonna be sick of me, a.k.a. Ass Ketchum, a.k.a. Mr. Give It To Me. I take the dubs. We'll take all that shit, bro. Y'all gets nothing. I'm gonna leave it at that for now.
No, he's not. I'm the Eric J.
Only known as
so
the Eric J.
And I'm Camille, point guard of the crew, the real life Tifa Lockhart, the girl next door, holding it down for all the women who love sports.
And it's your boy, K. Harris, the gentleman.
The
The
gentleman.
Wait for this. The everyday gentleman,
24/7?
but better known as the Heartbreak Kid.
No. Where's the
Wah.
bell? We need that. Nope. You can try again next week.
All right.
Try again next week.
Something gonna stick, goddammit. Hey, please bleep that. We ain't had nothing bleeped in a minute. We're gonna bleep that one.
We got Jake in the comments who mentioned the fact that he's forever offended that in our intro video, Tim's part is when he lost to me in that race, and I'm not sure.
Damn.
Because as you all know, I won that race, regardless
Did
of
that
whatever
happen?
Tim said.
So what we not gonna do is come on this podcast lying, goddamn it. We ain't gonna put these lies in the atmosphere like Jack. I love you, my guy. But
not the lies to start the show. We got video footage.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you the same thing I told a friend of mine who said that even Fat Tim was out of shape because I was Fat Tim around that time too. Use a fat face out lie.
You
God dang it! Ain't no way in hell I ain't walking to the room and most rooms I walk in, I'm the fastest nigga there.
those rooms.
Definitely fastest mouth.
Oh,
That's a
shit.
fact.
Hey,
Pause.
Jesus.
Good pause.
Jesus
Good
Christ.
All right.
come rapidly. I'm just saying.
Oh, Jesus. You ain't making it no better. Lord have mercy.
All right. Let's get into some housekeeping here.
Personal,
Why don't
goddamn.
Yeah. So please make sure that you share the show with your people. Word of mouth is the best way that we grow here as a podcast.
What that mouth do? What that word of mouth do?
We need to know. Please let us know. Share the show with a friend, as well as follow and subscribe on the YouTube. We greatly appreciate that. I was just telling the guys here, we were talking about our metrics and whatnot, and I mentioned the fact that in 2023, we doubled our YouTube following. It was like our first real year trying out YouTube and doing things on it. So please subscribe, hit the notification button so you can join us live when we record the show, which is every Tuesday around 7 p.m. Central Time. So episodes drop every Wednesday, but you can see it live on Tuesday, be part of the show. So come join us on YouTube and do that.
For sure.
Do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, do that. No game needs a name this week. Let's just get into the topic discussion. Also, I think if my memory serves me right, today is the birthday of Aaliyah and Sade. I did not realize they both were born on the exact same day. I mean, not the same
That's
year,
a beautiful
but the
birthday.
same day. I'm telling you.
Gorgeous.
All right, we got to start with the NFL. Y'all know we got to start with the NFL here. Because
You know why we here.
what we're going to do this week, we're going to do a similar format to what we did last week, which is looking at the upcoming matchups for the divisional round, ranking the games 1 through 4.
That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, shout out to Brandon. He said you definitely had to subscribe today. I appreciate
You know why you here.
Shut up,
You know
brother.
why you here.
Shut up, bro. I was just telling them about you too, brother. Shut up, bro.
Appreciate it. But yeah, we're going to talk about the matchups. There's 4 games this upcoming weekend. And of course, when we get to certain teams, we might just discuss what happened for that team to get.
I know might about
You
it.
mind if I
first place.
stretch out a little bit? Kick my feet up.
How's your couch?
So we all ranked the games that we're most excited to see from 1 through 4 here this upcoming weekend. 3 of us have the same game for number 1, but somebody here who does not,
Hey. Yes, ultimate hate.
someone here who does not carry the G has a different game for number 1. But you outvoted, my brother, so we're gonna talk about the other game. Eric, let me ask you this because you logic here amongst the 4 of us. When we start here talking about the Green Bay Packers, should we start with him getting his jokes off, getting off all of the slander, or should we start with, actual football analysis of the game?
None of that coming from Tim.
We got to start with the motion because it's gonna come out anyway, so we might as well give him his space.
Let
All
him
right.
loose.
So the game that we're most excited about here is, when I say us, I mean the 3 Packer fans in the room here, myself,
I mean, the secret Packer
Eric.
fan too. He just
Tim.
He
for
got.
appearances' sake.
He got a jersey.
We're most excited to see this Green Bay San Francisco game coming up because San Francisco's come up a bye. They didn't play last week, but for the Packers to be here, they had to beat the Dallas Cowboys in Dallas, a stadium that the Packers know very well. They actually they be winning a lot in AT&T Stadium. I saw that earlier. I think Cannon Sharp mentioned it as well.
Oh, I got you.
Don't even. I'm not even gonna spoil it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna let Tim ISO for a second. If you're new here,
Let
if
him
you're
cook.
unfamiliar
Let him cook.
with Tech File, the T in Tech File, Tim, is gonna give y'all a lot of energy. So if you're a Packers fan, just
Turn the volume down a little bit.
you might want to turn the volume down a little bit. Some of y'all might want to turn it up
Turn this shit up.
because Tim about to go in. Tim, go ahead and talk
Let me take
about.
the-
Let me take my.
Ow.
Go ahead.
All right, so this past weekend there was the super wild card weekend.
It run really super.
It wasn't. It was super for me. They started to sound like the fan.
I'm saying the games on the slate, like
Oh, no,
overall.
it was magnificent.
All right, so we're gonna start off with the best game of the week. That's the Packers versus the Cowboys. I don't give a shit what you talking about. What y'all fans talking? The game of the week was America's team getting a dub. So we had the Green Bay Packers winning against the Dallas Cowboys 48-32. Now, mind you, the score was not indicative of the game.
Nope.
6 minutes left in the game. It was 48-16.
Yeah, the last 16 they scored.
We let them have it. That was for the sports bettors. Y'all had some shit on the table. Y'all had money on the books. Y'all had Dak throwing for over 350. Y'all had Ferguson getting over 100. Y'all had CD get over 100. Okay, we'll get that to y'all. We ain't gonna take everything from you Dallas fans. We know you put money on that shit. So the problem here is that these Dallas Cowboy fans been talking crazy all year. Y'all been schmoozing all year.
Yeah.
I said y'all had a decent team all year, but y'all ain't gonna do shit.
12 wins.
They're a good team.
12 wins.
For the third
Number
year in a row.
2 seed.
They're a good team.
I had a coworker last week Thursday was like, hey, yo, they called me.
Right, he got a whole different
They
reason.
called me. They said, hey, Tim, come here real quick. I said, what up? Hey, so-and-so put money on the Cowboys. I said, why you donating?
What?
He was like, what you mean? Answer me 3 questions, bro. 2-8. When's the last time Dallas got past the first round?
Why you donate?
When's the last time the Cowboys beat the Packers?
Wow.
When's the last time the Cowboys
Hey,
did
have you ever been
anything?
swallowed up?
Oh my god.
Because this weekend, god dang it,
The Cowboys got swallowed.
boy. All right, so let me just, I'm gonna keep on throwing facts at you and like,
Wait, do we still have those organs?
give me the motherfucking diss track. What's that one? Was it Ether? No, not Ether. What's the other one? It's like, I forgot what that one was, but some diss track. Anyways, if you got some diss track beat, give me some of that, because I'm like my boy LA Knight said, this ain't an insult. These are the facts of life. All right?
Oh, man.
I even wrote down the facts for you. Came prepared.
I didn't expect the TD Jakes. I'm swallowed reference tonight. I gotta say.
Hey, you know what? Yeah, I'm cool with the organs. Fuck TD Jakes. I'm cool with the organs.
Wait, crazy.
Hey, he's wilding. He is
We ain't talking
wilding.
about him today. We talking about the only TDs that happened on Sunday. This past Sunday. Came from Green Bay. We ain't talking about no Jakes. No offense, my boy. No offense.
Hey, we gotta let this man cook more often, fam.
Hey.
He hot.
Fact. Dallas had 9 All-Pros this season. The AP All-Pro list just dropped 4 days ago. They got.
I'm already hot.
Let me go ahead and undo this real quick because I done fucked up my whole damn notes. God damn it. I done fucked it all up. Hold on, shake again. Shout out to iPhone for the shake, rattle, and roll. All right, they got 9 All-Pros. First team, CeeDee Lamb. Offensive Player of the Year candidate, right?
Yeah.
Zach Martin,
Yeah.
All-Pro guard.
That's what they say.
Deron Bland, Defensive Player of the Year candidate. Brandon Aubrey. I don't know how you get All-Pro as a place kicker, but shit, that's the shit they got going on in Dallas. Second team, Dakota Prescott. Tyler and Tyron Smith.
Not the full government.
Michael Parsons and Brandon Anger, the punter. Y'all got 9 All-Pros. You know how many Green Bay got? 1. Keyshawn Nixon made it.
He was alternate though.
He's first team All-Pro.
Oh, All-Pro, my fault.
All-Pro.
I was thinking my pro.
Fuck them
My
Pro
fault.
Bowlers.
You're right.
All-Pro. So y'all got a cold squad. Green Bay was the youngest team to enter the playoffs. Guess who number 2 was?
Who?
Dallas.
Oh, I knew that. I was just queuing you up.
So, yeah, we don't want to hear that youngest team thing, but we can do the youngest team thing because that's still history in the making. Y'all had 2 players that either considered for Offensive Player of the Year or MVP in Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb. 2 players considered for Defensive Player of the Year / All-Pro as Parsons and Bland. 2 years undefeated at home.
16 straight games.
Wait. You know who else is undefeated at AT&T Stadium?
Green fucking Bay. Michael Parsons showed up in a Bobby Boucher jersey.
Go get my water, boy.
Go get the water, goddang it. Mama said it's the devil to play them Packers.
All right, Tim.
The Cowboys, again, was the second youngest in the playoffs. Before it even hit halftime, we was up 27-0. I got a family group chat with like 30 people in it. There's 30 people at least 30 people in my family group chat. My uncle started the game and we scored our first touchdown. He said, before the game started, he said, this is where the Green Bay Road ends. Good luck.
Bullshit.
I said, okay. We scored our first touchdown. You know what he said? Yay, it's going to be a competitive game. We got up 27-0. I replied to Unc. It was only competitive because we started at 0.
Damn.
That's it.
He was a rare form.
That's it.
Man. Rare
I was in
form.
my family group chat going crazy.
Oh, that's
Whole game. Because these Cowboy fans thought this was the year. Go ahead and say this. What's that line again? This our year? Every year ain't y'all year. This our year. Every year. Every time we play y'all.
Ain't been the Cowboys year since 1995.
95.
That's the last time they won to play. Got to the NFC Championship.
Y'all went on 30 goddamn years. 30 of them. Ain't did a thing. But this was supposed to be y'all year. Cowboy fans, Jerry done bought the refs off. The refs is in Jerry's pocket. He ain't did that shit the last 30. But it was this year? Damn. Jordan Love came in. Dots. Dak Prescott, dots to the Opps. I feel him. I was loving it. I couldn't sit down all damn game. I was standing up like this. God dang it. All game. Shovel. My wife said, why don't you sit down? I said, because every time I sit down, they throw a pick. You know what I did? I sat my ass down and he almost threw it to Devondre Campbell. I was like, damn, I fucked up that magic, but we almost was there. We was almost there. It didn't matter, though. Y'all went home. Y'all stayed at home, actually. Y'all didn't even have to go home. Y'all was already at the crib. Rent free. I already knew we wanted Dallas. Last week. I knew it. It's been over, bro. I'm just, hey, listen. Whatever y'all gotta say, it don't even matter. I had friends on Facebook sitting there talking crazy. Co-workers talking crazy. Nothing was going to come from this but heartache and heartbreak. We got enough love to give for everybody, though. Yeah. I didn't see shit Dallas did, though. Hey, y'all have to figure it out now. Is y'all quarterback? Is it breaking news?
Well, wait, continue. Keep cooking.
Y'all quarterback, y'all got to figure out that situation. Is it Dak? Y'all got to figure out y'all head coach situation. Is it Mike? Y'all got to figure out damn near y'all own the situation. Is he going to stay involved or not? Is y'all defense overrated? Michael Parsons got one pressure all game. One all game. Where's Deron Bland's pick sixes at? I ain't see him. Did you?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
Mm-mm.
Did you see a pick?
Wait, Michael Parsons had as many pressures as he had. I got fucked up by Aaron Jones's.
Damn. Aaron Jones was out here just, damn. Touchdown. Just tree him. He had 2 all year. Granted, he was hurt. But he had 2 all year. I don't want to hear another word from you Dallas fans, but congratulations. We fucked up. Because y'all got some things to figure out, my boy. Y'all should have put Trey Lance in. Damn.
Oh, my goodness. All right.
He probably would have been a little bit better. We have a problem with running quarterbacks. Y'all would have been y'all best bet.
You still cooking?
I think I'm done because I don't even have shit to say about it.
I feel like you was running out of steam there. All right.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. But y'all got it. Y'all feel what I'm putting down, right?
So the comments, I appreciate everybody who's tapped in here. We can't get through all those, but just some football related pieces to the game. We thought the three of us, Ken was not here, so we didn't hear his pregame prediction.
You just would have been hating this art.
No, I had Dallas winning.
So the three of us thought the Packers would win. And I definitely didn't think they would come in. Like, I knew the Packers could win this game. I had them winning, but I did not expect it to go the way that it did go. And watching the game, my first reaction kept being, how is Romeo Doubs so open? What breakdowns are happening? How is he continuously getting open?
He's naked.
And it wasn't until I went back and saw the film where I realized, thank God for Christian Watson. Like, we know he's over here playing hurt, bad hamstring, but the gravity of Christian Watson, it would be like 2-3 dudes following Christian, and everybody else is either single covered or open. So, like, him being in the game is it's just a big help to this offense. And we still haven't quite seen the Packers offense fully healthy.
This was the first week that they've had all their guys.
Dylan wasn't there. Dylan didn't play. And Watson was really out. I don't want to say he was a decoy, but he had one catch. Like, it wasn't the Christian Watson game that you thought it was.
Reed had none. He's our number 1 receiver for you.
Reed made me laugh after the game. He said, I know I sold a lot of y'all parlays tonight, but we won. So, like, I don't really tell you. But listen, the Packers offense did their job. They established the run. The Cowboys could not stop it. They did a lot of play action. The Packers having tight ends that can also be a threat in the passing game makes that 12 personnel just look so good.
Thank God that man stayed on his feet.
Thank God Musgrave stayed on his feet. And the locker room cheering for it brought me joy. That's how we feel as well. But Jordan Love, coming out party again. For people who haven't been watching what he's been doing over the last half of the season, it was just for everybody to see, like, this kid is playing really good football. We've talked about his poise, talked about the arm talent. Now it's all on display. It was a perfect game of complimentary football for the Green Bay Packers against the Dallas Cowboys. And this weekend against San Francisco, they are going to need a lot of that, because one thing that I saw from the defense that made a big difference is that it was hands to the ball. Like, they were tackling in this game. So there was no real yak opportunities for Dallas. And again, ahead of San Francisco, like, when you roll into San Francisco, y'all better make sure that y'all are not missing tackles, because it's going to be a long day for Green Bay if they miss tackles against that dynamic offense with those skill players. Like, Cowboys game was fun. It was super fun. As you can hear, we enjoyed it. I think Tim captured that beautifully for us. But now that we have the San Francisco game coming up, I'm going to ask Eric first, because we haven't heard too much from you yet. How are you feeling about them going into San Francisco, a place where the Packers over the last few years, there's been a house of horrors for them? Like, the 49ers have always had to answer for them since Kaepernick was there, really.
Excuse me. I have no idea. I haven't moved on to San Francisco yet. Like, I'm still enjoying Dallas, so hopefully the players aren't doing the same thing. But like we said coming into last week, it's like everything past this point is gravy. So I'm still pick them because that's my team. I'm gonna stand beside them. But obviously it's gonna be much more difficult this game. Like, one thing that I noticed from Dallas is that their vibes were off from
early
jump. Like,
yeah.
They kept showing like CD and Dak and McCarthy, like, they all, like, just the look on the sideline, just, it was bad vibes all around. It's ironically, like, we haven't gotten this game yet, but like when Philly took the points off the board and they sent their offense back out there. Like they just came out dejected, like heads down, like they're not getting this. It was the same kind of vibe where it's like you can tell from body language, it's like something ain't right. So I don't expect that's the same type of energy that the Packers are gonna get from San Francisco on Sunday. So like they got to come out and play their best game. Like,
yep.
Sunday was magical.
Yeah.
But like they actually like you got to put the work in against San Francisco because that is a complete football team.
Yep.
And they have multiple weapons. It isn't just like, focus on CD, shut them down. You got the game. Like, no, you got Debo, you got Kittle, you got McCaffrey, you got you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you got weapons all over the board, and it looks like McCaffrey's healthy or healthy as he can be.
Yep.
Given his injury.
2 weeks off was good for him.
Like I saw, he's a full participant in practice today. So like that's a bad sign for us. A good sign for him. Oh, sorry. I thought you wanted to share with the class. So like I'm more concerned about this game than I was about Dallas because we own them.
Better team.
But I still believe in them. Like
I do
this
too.
is a team. Like we said last week, it's like they don't know what they don't know.
Yep.
And actually it was backed up by facts. It's like from like the more experienced team over the last X amount of years is actually below 500 in the playoffs. So like that playoff experience thing, it doesn't actually hold up to further scrutiny. It's like the young teams can come in because they're more athletic, they're healthier, like they don't have as much tread on the tire, healthier, and confidence. Like if you believe that you're gonna win, that goes a long way in this game. So I'm looking forward to it. I look forward to the challenge. I'll be locked in.
I love the folks in the comments. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, unfortunately, this isn't another Ken team, so I can't just I don't have that to root against. Yes, you weren't here for 2 weeks.
You gonna catch some?
Oh, you gonna catch a
So the comments, the comments pointed out the fact that a key is going to be trying to rattle Brock Purdy. Like that's part of it because Brock Purdy is a quarterback that does his job well. He plays well within the system. He gets the ball in the hands of his playmakers and they go and do something with it. So if we can get home and get pressure on Purdy, that's definitely going to be able to help. And one thing that you saw with the Packers against the Cowboys is that guys were just winning their matchups as well. So here with our pass rush, that's something that, it's going to take a little hit. We lost Kingsley Ngabare during the game, tore an ACL. I know you mentioned that's someone who you've been
like he's flashed to me all season.
Yeah. So one thing that does remind me, and I wasn't here this week when you was talking about Lucas Van Ness, and I was like, oh, my boy being way too hard on Lucas Van Ness right now because pass rushers, as it is already, get rotated a lot. So he was in the rotation for pass rushers, and he was drafted as more of a project. He was drafted based on athleticism, thinking that he kind of following the Rashawn Gary path. So he was behind Preston Smith. He was behind Ngabare. So he had to earn his minutes. But now with Ngabare out, he's going to have a chance to really get some more reps. And it's going to be against San Francisco in a situation where we really need him.
Well, prove me wrong, Waysayer.
Lucas Van Ness definitely had a slow start to the season. But over the last few weeks, he's definitely been putting things together. So it's going to be fun seeing him. And the thing that worries me the most about San Francisco is that offense. The Packers offense at this point, they've been so consistent that I'm like, I feel like y'all can do this, but you're going to have to be on your game at this point. I feel like they can be. It's that defense. I'm not sure which Joe
Barry defense is going to show up.
Yes. I'm hoping that it's the one that shows up against good teams because that's the one that tends to happen against the better competition. But it's going to be a fun game. And I'll say this here. If the Packers somehow do win on Saturday, if the Packers beat the 49ers, I'm about to start yelling Super Bowl as loud as I can because I think San Francisco is the best team left in the NFC right now. So Packers beat San Francisco, and I'm screaming Super Bowl, which didn't think I'd be saying those words this season, which again, this season was already a success the moment we found out Jordan Love was a franchise quarterback. All this happening now is just icing on the cake. So, yeah, we're most excited about seeing San Francisco, Green Bay. That was Ken's third-ranked game.
Hey,
look, he's still down there hating.
Before we move on,
there's hate on his face. My man's mood says hate.
Before we move on, I did make a comment during the game. It's like, imagine how much better the Packers would have been the last 2-3 years if somebody had actually bought into Matt LaFleur's offense. Because as we can see now, the scheme is scheming. Like we are like we're seeing like what can actually happen when you use all of your weapons, when you're not just focused on guys that you trust. You know how much better your receivers can get over the course of a year if you actually throw them the ball and give them reps and practice with them in the offseason and actually take them under your wing and, you know, like mentor them as opposed to just being upset because
they ran the wrong route for one play.
Aaron Rodgers would have lost his mind with these receivers this year.
Just like, dog, he would have went crazy. These boys is.
But because I know him, guess what he telling not Tannenbaum, who's the GM, Joe Douglas, the GM in New York. Don't give me receivers like that. Why you can't draft people like that?
You see what Zach was throwing this year? We don't need that. We need more.
Yeah, you need to draft like this. They got all these weapons now.
Real quick, that does remind me of something that we have said, and for those who are unfamiliar with our takes here, when Jordan Love was named starting quarterback of the Packers this offseason, we were sitting here saying, like, we don't think that this team is going to experience that much of a drop-off because Aaron Rodgers' play last season was so uneven.
Cheeks, boy.
Like, and people thought we were over-exaggerating. And it's not to say he's a back. We know what the career record says. Like, we're not saying that. But, like, we were watching the games like he's overthrowing guys or he's missing guys or he's only focused on Devontae. And we used to make a joke like, oh, Tay's out this game? We're going to actually see a good offense. Like, it's going to be spread around. But all those jokes aside, man, I'm really proud of these baby Green Bay Packers. Like, this might be one of the most fun seasons I've had because of the early frustrations around them. Like, those were real frustrations, and to see how they've been able to grow from it, it's been really fun to watch.
It's a more successful version of Rodgers' first year as a starter, where it's like you saw like what was there. It's like, oh damn, we got it, we got another dude. And it's like, oh, we gonna be set next year, and then next year was a Super Bowl. So it's like this is just a more successful year one.
Oh no, it was 2 years after that because the first year we didn't make the playoffs.
You're right. They lost to Arizona.
The next year was the Arizona game, which what a playoff debut that Arizona game was for Aaron Rodgers. He had like 400 some yards. We should have won. It was a face mask. They didn't call. I'm never gonna forget that. But hey,
you mind if I put a pin in this one?
Depending on what you mean.
In this conversation with the Dallas and the Packers and all that. You mind if I put a pin in when you ready to wrap up? I just got one more thing to say.
No, we ready to wrap up.
Okay, well, I got two things to say to the Cowboy fans.
You said one.
Hey, listen, it came to two real quick. All right, one. Damn, I lost that. I got one thing then. Here's my one thing then. Y'all don't say shit to us until y'all have a better record than us at AT&T Stadium in the playoffs. We're undefeated. Fuck the hater down. Look, see, that's what happens. The haters at the end, they like to try to pick any little thing because they can't win, so they go try to find a win anywhere they can find one. Just like the rest of the Cowboy fans. So when y'all have a better record than us in the playoffs at your home stadium, then come back and holler at us later. Hey, how about that?
Get past us some water, man.
I need a towel. My deacon hating on us though.
What? I thought you said something completely different.
Hey, that's his naysayer moment. Man,
y'all have
here, right? I ain't here. Because how they react, I was like, damn.
I was talking to the deacon at the end. God dang.
Make sure you emphasize that deacon.
Put an ink at the end of that.
Put an ink on it.
Put an ink on it.
Not Kim repeating my joke and then get the laugh.
That's funny. For me.
But no, okay. So,
I'll write that one down again.
So, as I mentioned, the three of us, that's the game we're most excited for. Green Bay, San Francisco. But Ken had a different game for his number one. Ken, what game are you most looking forward to for the divisional round this weekend?
Cowboys and Bears.
Oh,
damn.
We're going there already then, huh? No, but the teams I'm looking for most is the Houston and the Ravens game. You got two, but black quarterbacks, two great offenses going at it. And it's going to be a fight. Yeah, it's going to definitely be a dog fight, and it's going to be a really good game. So overall, I think it's going to be a great game. Like I'm excited about that.
Question, like we're biased, but like to you, who had the more impressive playoff debut? Actually, you biased too, brother, right? But who had the more impressive playoff debut, CJ Stroud or Jordan Love? They both showed out.
They had the same stats.
If you put them side by side at Denver, it did have the same
I think
stats.
It was the Jordan Love had like 2
yards. Yeah, and that was Kraft dropped at the end.
I would say, I don't know. But I probably would say more so Love because of y'all went from Aaron Rodgers to not really knowing what the hell you really had, but then for him to show out the whole season and then his first, playoff game against America's team, like he showed his ass on Dallas. So.
I don't think I might say CJ Stroud. Like
Really?
it's close, but like.
Well, you've been watching Jordan Love all season too.
That could be.
So I think that's
probably it.
Yeah.
Because I was watching, I was like, man, look at this kid arm. Like
that's what it is.
I think like because the two with Green Bay, like Aaron Jones really showed out. Like so, we got to lean on the run game and the passing game, and I feel like with Houston, it was more so on CJ Stroud's arm, more so than it was just on Jordan Love's arm for that game. Like both were really good. Jeff pointed out the fact that Stroud is a rookie. Like, this is Love's first season starting, but Love has had the experience. Like, he's been around the league for a couple of years now.
There are a couple of responses. So, Dwayne said, I think Stroud mainly because he was rookie and made the number one defense look like they didn't know how to play ball.
That part.
Okay. Oh, and Mark also said that the Houston Texans have more playoff wins than the Cowboys in 2002. Damn. That's crazy.
That's crazy. But no, I couldn't decide between that game and the game I actually did pick up on number 2. Like, I'm looking forward to seeing Lamar and CJ go at it. Because if CJ can perform against that Ravens defense, like, which he just did it against Cleveland. So it's like, I wouldn't be surprised if he does it again this upcoming weekend. But like, that should just be a fun game. Like, that's two.
Yeah, I had that game too.
I feel like the Ravens would be just a little bit tougher testing Cleveland because Cleveland got back Grant Delpit and Grant came back Sunday. So they got Delpit and what's the name back on Sunday. The cornerback. They got both of that because I even put it in the group. I think I was talking to Dwayne. I was talking to Dwayne most of that Browns game, but I'm like, they got their two starting DBs back for that game. They both were active. So for them to get them back, but they were still getting cooked like that, like, well, shit, they might as well have sat on the bench. Yeah. So it was crazy for them to get their great players or their star secondary players back and still get torched in the passing game. I do feel like, though, the linebackers doesn't equate to what the Ravens have. So over the middle.
You might be thinking of Denzel Ward, not Grant Delpit. Delpit was out.
Fair enough.
I'm just saying because like I noticed that on the broadcast they were like, this dude is in because Delpit is out. So like,
because I thought before the game they said that he would have played, but
it don't matter.
It don't matter. They got smoked. I don't know if I feel like the linebackers for the Ravens are a little bit better to give them a little bit more issue with the pass rush. Though they don't have a
Myles Garrett,
Zadarius Smith and Myles Garrett on the ends chasing the men. They still do have a good defensive line and they have better linebackers. Plus, they still have the corners as well. They got Kyle Hamilton back there who's a Pro Bowler safety as well. So it's going to be – I think it'll be a little bit tougher on the pass game for them against the Ravens than it was against the Browns. The Browns have the better pass rush, but I feel like the Ravens have a better secondary. Okay. So I think that'll be the difference maker in this game. Because if they ain't got if Noah Brown out there, he's not out there because I know he got hurt. And it's just Nico again. They already down tank. So it'll be Schultz, and Schultz was dropping shit. Like they got this, I think they said the second most drops in the league. If they're doing that against that secondary against Baltimore, they may have a problem.
So we didn't do an official prediction for Green Bay, San Francisco. I'm going to guess it's Green Bay, San Fran.
No hate.
That's not hate at all. No, like that's really not hate.
He keep betting against us. That's hate.
No,
that's the Packers are
look
like
at San
10
Francisco
point
offense,
underdogs. I'm like, no, don't do that this time.
San Francisco offense
he be hating.
Ridiculous, man.
Again, I always take the middle road. It's logical, but I feel like you would have picked whoever Green Bay was playing against anyway.
He keep betting against us.
No, I'm just saying, like
it's common.
I'm just saying,
he got quiet over there.
I just don't like
it. Ain't hate.
Like it's San Francisco.
San Francisco ain't no joke, man.
Like
9.5 point dogs according to
yeah. Like I was like, I knew it was like 10 points. So
give me the points.
Because y'all can easily, San Francisco can come in and easily do to y'all what y'all did to Dallas.
It's Joe Barry's defense at the end of the day, so it's like.
So that's what I'm saying. Like that can easily happen.
And if this is a rust versus rest thing type of here, I hope they rusty. I hope San Francisco rusty. Boy, I tell you.
And like backtracking, like they talked about how like Green Bay is kind of built to kind of exploit because like they have more of a new school coaching staff that really takes advantage of like I forget what the double high safety look that Dallas was giving them.
Yeah.
Whereas LaFleur comes from Shanahan's tree, like there's much more familiarity there, so you don't get to exploit kind of like the generation gap, right?
Mm-hmm. I will say this too: Matt LaFleur has not beat. He ain't beat San Francisco. Like this is one of
that was what Rodgers does.
I don't care who it was with. He ain't did it yet.
I was saying Rodgers hardly ever beat San Fran, so that was kind of his.
I mean, throughout that
his
is
bugaboo.
They got 7 All-Pros.
For Houston, Baltimore. Who y'all picking?
Black quarterback.
Baltimore.
I'm going Baltimore.
Which black quarterback?
Yeah.
You want
Going with
Baltimore?
MVP.
Yeah, I'm
You
going
want
Baltimore.
Baltimore? I mean that.
Yeah,
that surprised me.
Yeah, it's MVP.
I want to say Houston.
That'd be dope
Mm.
to see Houston there.
I'm gonna go Baltimore.
Black coach,
Though.
black quarterback.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Baltimore.
I
Though.
feel like D'Amico should get Coach of the Year.
It's either him or Stefanski. I think.
Yeah.
Although, to be honest with you, I think Matt LaFleur's name should be in the conversation. I don't think that he should win it.
I think
but...
if playoffs were included, like it would be. Like I get what you're saying.
No, I just think his name. Like I don't think he's even top
yeah,
2.
yeah.
But like when having the conversations, like just put some respect on Matt LaFleur's name and what he was able to do with this team based on what you saw earlier in the season. I think if the Packers would have actually won those games against the Giants and the Buccaneers, like he probably had that locked. But he did. So which black quarterback are you going for this weekend? Baltimore. Okay, so Baltimore clean sweep.
Mm-hmm.
Name that me and Tim were second most excited about was the same. That's San Francisco, Kansas City, and Buffalo. And for me, when I saw this was going to be Pat Mahomes' first road playoff game in his career,
that's nuts.
His career, he's had 15 games in the postseason.
That's nuts.
They have all been at home or in the Super Bowl
That's nuts.
at a neutral site. Like, I can't wait to see it. First of all, we already know that Josh Allen and Pat Mahomes, these matchups are always just, yeah, boy, it's a rematch. It's a rubber match between these two, if I remember correctly, in these teams. So, like, I can't wait to see this.
Unpopular opinion. I've said it on the show before, but this weekend is why you put domes on stadiums.
I disagree with that so heavily.
That shit is stupid.
Like, I love it.
It's goddamn safety hazard to go watch a football game. Like, that don't make no damn sense.
I love
it.
After
and then you had to fucking postpone the game a whole day because you got to dig a whole stadium out.
They would have had to postpone
like
They would have had to postpone that game even if they had a dunk. You weren't able to get to the game.
Yeah,
like it was a whole that was all that don't help that part. Like the game would have been moved anyway.
Travel restrictions and everything.
But why not have fun? Like it was fun seeing the snow throwing up in the air.
Every touchdown, bro, was like little mini fireworks.
I'm a big fan.
Give them some confetti when they walk.
I'm a big fan of snow football games. I don't want to go to it, but I love watching it on TV. Respect to everybody who do show up and go to the games.
Boy,
but
shirtless
for Kansas City and Buffalo,
3 feet of snow.
How y'all feeling about this matchup? Who y'all got? Who want to start?
I'm gonna go with KC.
Oh, you got Pat Mahomes getting his first road win.
Yeah, because Josh Allen be saying "fuck it" too many times, bro. When he be in the moments, bro, it'd be like either you.
Damn, that's Rodgers versus Favre, basically.
Yeah, and I would put Rodgers against Favre because there's too many pockets that be happening. Josh Allen sometimes he be on a run and then all of a sudden he'll randomly throw some shit and you like, where did that go? Why is he throwing
Buffalo.
this? Why is he running this?
I'm going Buffalo, man.
I think Buffalo too.
Yeah, y'all know I F's with Josh Allen.
I think Douglas is out on Sunday too, ain't he?
I'm not sure. I haven't seen the injury report.
Yeah, I'm going Buffalo, man.
Mark pointed out that Josh Allen has 22 turnovers this year. That's what he do.
It happens.
That's that fuck it, bro.
It happens. Hey, but how many he get touchdowns though?
But again, that's the problem with him. It's either you gonna get it or you ain't.
He'll get them touchdowns though too.
And he can do stuff like that run he
Josh
broke
Allen's
off.
a
Like
beast.
he's a big dude.
Yeah,
He's
a big boy.
6'5",
He a
270, not
guy's a
270.
hoss.
Good lord,
At least like
237. No, he's
He's a
237.
He trucked that. I'm like,
That's
bro,
how you create a quarterback on Madden fan. Like he's
a truck stick.
52-yard touchdown run against the Steelers. I was just like,
That little ha ha. I was like, damn, he joked you like that. He was gone, dog.
Dwayne pointed out the fact that he still doesn't trust Kansas City's entire receiving core. Like, was it the rookie, Rice? Like,
yeah, was she Rice?
All right, cool. But outside of that, and Kelsey, like outside of those two, it's
Butterfingers this year.
Boy, he had so many drops.
Yeah.
I was like, is it just because it's cold?
Funneling that long back.
Oh, Jesus
Lord
Christ. Swifty out here.
Pacheco be out here running like Angry Man, though. So
Somebody said
fuck with
Pacheco run like he bite people. And that made me laugh so
That made me
run so
when
hard,
he be running like he
man.
crushing grapes under the motherfuckers.
He run
Like
so hard.
He run hard as hell.
Now I'm just imagining Kyler Murray running. Like
He run like a badass kid, dog. Get your little ass back.
But I mean, every time Buffalo and Kansas City link up, it's normally some fireworks.
Yeah,
I
it's
can't
definitely
wait.
great game.
I think Josh
Black
Allen.
quarterback for me.
There you go. Okay, so we got a Kansas City. Tim, you said Kansas City as well, right?
Yes.
The game that we're all least excited to see, but I do think is going to be a good game. Like, it just happened. It didn't rise to the top above those other three, but Tampa Bay and Detroit. First of all, shout out to Detroit and their fans because seeing the emotion that these people had after they won that play, it was a dude in the audience crying. And I was like, I get it. Like, y'all haven't won a playoff game, what was it, since 91, 92?
Man.
That's over 30 years of not winning a playoff game. Like, Michigan, shout out to Michigan. Y'all got the national championship. Michigan finally was able to bring that home. Detroit stopped the Pistons, got y'all some free wing stop.
Yeah.
Celebrate. The Pistons or the Lions won a playoff game. The Fab Five reunited. Like, it's been some good things happening.
Yeah, the way I put it is Michigan won a national championship game, Lions won a playoff game, and Pistons won a game. Like, that's a good week.
Yep. Free wing stop. 5 wings. But I think it's gonna be a good game. And I'm actually going with Detroit in this one here. Like, I think Detroit gets to the NFC Championship game this year.
Rematch. Ain't no black quarterbacks, but Baker's been playing. Baker got some soul.
He's been playing some good football. He's been playing hurt too.
Yeah. You know, like, I feel good for Detroit because of what we just talked about. So now I can go back to their division rival. So fuck them. Let it ride. Let's go Buccaneers.
Okay. How y'all still on the end?
They got a black coach, right? Oh.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
Mark, that didn't go with the whole winning types of games.
I mentioned the Fab Five.
Yeah,
Let's go.
So the thing about this one is this one's going to be a air show. Both of them suck against the pass. They both suck against the pass. Like, they're like 25 and 27 in the league against the pass. So both of them have a wide receiving core that makes a lot of teams jealous. And they have quarterbacks that can throw that motherfucker. Because even though people will be low on Baker, as long as you got Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, healthy enough, and I think it's Otan is the tight end. Like, he has enough weapons, and just them two alone. Mike Evans is already a stud. So you look on the other side, is Amon-Ra St. Brown. Cool. Then you have Godwin, who's damn near an equal stud. Like, there isn't a comparable, but they have enough to where they can pass it around. Let's say Sam Laporta is their next best. If he's coming back healthy.
He got like half leg, don't he?
No, he played during the last game.
So
you do have half a leg, but
I feel like it's going to be an air show, and the deciding factor may just actually be the running game. Both of them are actually really good against the run. But I do like Detroit's running backs over Rashad White for Tampa Bay, because they have Montgomery and Gibbs are a dynamic duo. I think they will be the deciding factor in this game. If it turns into a shootout, sure, cool, whatever. That's going to be fun for the fans. It's going to be fun for the league. That's going to be fun for the ratings. But I think the X factor here will be the running backs, and I think Detroit will get it because of that. Outside of having like a better pass rush. Like, they have a better pass rush than them. But then again, you seen what happened against Philly with Tampa Bay and they pass rush.
Let me just real quick, because you brought up Philly, who Tampa Bay beat to get here and play against Detroit. And Detroit, by the way, y'all welcome, because we beat the Cowboys for y'all, so y'all get another home game. You're welcome. I know that the Cowboys got blown out and it was 27-0 in the first half, but, like, honestly, I think I was more shocked at just how bad the Eagles look. Like, I know they were 10-1. I know they went on a losing streak to end the game, like to end the season. But them dudes didn't even look like they wanted to play football. Like,
they dropped everything, bro.
At least Dallas started putting points up in the second half. Like,
they still had some heart to them.
Yeah.
You don't have to go back and find it, but like Mark did drop a comment early on that said the NFC East is the first division to have 2 teams with 11 plus wins lose by 15 plus wins.
I mean, NFC least. So, there you have it.
NFC North still got 2 teams in the dance. Ooh. Ken, how you feeling? Who you got? Detroit or?
I'm gonna go Detroit.
Dwayne said, I think it'll be the sole blowout with Detroit winning. Their secondary tackles too well, and they're not about to get them big plays like they did against Philly.
I'm with you. I think Detroit got it. I think Detroit's going to be in the NFC Championship game, and that's crazy to think about. Mr. Crackberry in the comments said, shout out to the NFC Central repping big. That's a throwback reference. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers up in there as well. I feel it.
Yeah, why did you say something that hard, Tim?
Hey, don't worry. Look, don't talk about that shit.
Sorry, I'm just catching up on comments.
Don't catch up on that shit. let that one go.
It's very strong.
The divisional round should be fun. I'm very much looking forward to it. I hope the games are a bit more competitive than what we saw during Super Wild Card Weekend, unless it's the Packer game and they're the ones who are doing the blowing out.
Super Wild Card Weekend.
Super Wild Card.
That's accurate. All right, let's move into the NBA. Ken, what do you want to talk about?
Go ahead. Do it.
So,
Cody Rose, go ahead.
Do it.
Hey, Ken.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to talk about? Worst catchphrase in wrestling.
Hey man, it
That's
works.
his boy.
It worked. But I would like to talk about, of course, the Lakers. Since we won the in-season tournament, it has been rough. For us, it's been a rough go. We went all gas, no brakes. For the in-season tournament, and we are
LeBron. You can hear what's up.
Yeah, but yeah, we feeling every bit of it right now. I feel like right now we are at the moment that we have to make a move, and there's no better time to do it than right now.
What do you?
Scoring. We need somebody else to score.
Y'all got 2? So you only got 1 score?
It depends. It fluctuates. We can't always bank on LeBron giving us 25, 30 a night. AD has been consistent, but outside of D'Lo show up when he want to show up.
He's been that way.
He's going to get traded. He's number 1 here. That was what? Yeah, because he's about to get traded now. So now he's throwing the ball. But no, you get out of here, sir.
Oh.
I've had enough of your shit.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's not a bad thing, though, is it? Like,
what,
you
for
want him
D'Lo?
the ball now to up his trade value.
But like,
I'm cool with it now, but we definitely need to make this trade.
Is it not concerning to you that y'all are in the same exact position that you were in a year ago?
Yeah. But what happened, though?
I know,
We
but I mean, I'm
almost
saying
went to
the
the
fact that
finals
y'all
last
made
We made a move.
almost.
We made moves,
y'all made
almost
a
went to
lot
the
of
finals, though.
You went to the what?
I said we made a move, almost went to the finals.
They were in the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah,
so
that's what I'm saying. We almost went to the finals.
Yeah, sweat. But I mean,
Still, we got to the conference finals.
Yeah, almost made it. But no, I mean, I'm saying though, like there's these short-sighted moves that you made lands you right back in the same position.
But that doesn't matter because we
12
got LeBron, so we have to win now. Like everything is about LeBron.
But
like we ain't worried about the future.
Right? Like, do you still trust Rob to be the one to kind of keep correcting his mistakes?
I believe, yeah, I still trust the Rob.
No, that's a
as
tenuous way to.
As long as
exist.
we get, who can we get from Clutch? Since we get everybody. Everybody from Clutch Sports.
Actually, I'm putting all the Clutch clients. Let me see what.
Now, real quick,
might
it
be
is a
available.
lot of trade rumors going on, and to Eric's point about y'all being in the same situation as y'all were last year, which is mind-boggling to me because I literally thought that y'all had a great offseason based on what we saw that team do after the trade deadline. I thought, okay, but now we have an offseason. Now you get time to really like get the chemistry up, and then y'all can tweak around the edges and still have a competitive team. But it has not played out that way. I know y'all had the injuries to the role players, and now you're starting to see guys in different roles, and you're seeing like this guy actually ain't it.
No.
There's a few different trade rumors floating around the Lakers. Which trade target, realistically, the Lakers probably have a trade target to anybody because Lakers figured it out. But which trade target is your number 1 for the Lakers?
Or maybe rank them. So like we have DeJounte, we
That's
have
number
Zach
1.
LaVine.
2.
Who else we got?
He's clutch.
Who?
Me.
Is Murray?
Murray
I
is
think-
one, Levine
I
two.
think Windhorse came out today and was like, "There's almost zero chance that they trade for Levine, but we can still keep him."
Okay.
I'm looking at the clutch
Help y'all too much
clients, bro.
anyway.
Y'all got some goddamn. He got some bangers that y'all probably get for. Like again, Levine's on the list.
Mhm.
Y'all not getting Vanderbilt. Gary Trent Jr. No, don't want just Colin Sexton is on there.
Dang.
Moses Moody is on there. DeJounte Murray is a clutch client.
Okay. I like Murray.
Y'all got Chris Livingston for the Bucks. I didn't realize that. Then you got LeBron, Taylor Tucker. Let's see, Draymond Green. Y'all could get Green.
He said scoring.
Warriors ain't going nowhere.
He did say scoring.
Y'all not getting De'Aaron Fox, Anthony Davis, Jordan Clarkson.
I love that.
A lot of
Clarkson,
retreads
Y'all
here.
can get him
So
back.
first
I
y'all
was
get
gonna say-
D'Lo back,
Well,
and then
shit,
you want to bring
mean,
Jordan Clarkson
but-
back.
But Clarkson is actually good now.
Clarkson's a ball.
Like, he's
He a
actually
ball with
good
LeBron.
now.
He a ball with
D'Lo
LeBron.
last.
Malcolm
I
Brogdon.
mean, I'm saying that he like to spend the block.
Brogdon.
Y'all got Brogdon.
I do.
You
ain't never
and Lonzo Ball. It's gonna be spinning the block, but these cats y'all let go is doing better. Shit, y'all let Beasley go. He's
He'll have a problem with that.
Yeah.
Jeff asked, "What does LA have to trade? Anybody but AD and Bron."
Yeah, everything.
Like that.
It all must go.
Everything and
So,
everybody.
are you prepared to say bye bye to Austin Reeves? I guess
That's tough.
because I mean, like
I
that's
can't do that one.
realistically that's the
biggest trade
biggest.
I know.
Get rid of LeBron James.
Hey man, look, actually,
LeBron.
LeBron James.
LeBron James is hilarious. Hey, cause dude be balling.
He hooping in his
He
boots.
hooping in his boots. So
Ball on fire and everything. Y'all need that
Um,
motherfucker. That's what y'all need.
no, Austin Reeves is a that knowing that we would have to get rid of him does hurt. And people like outside of LA fans think it's crazy that Austin Reeves is included in our big three. But if you see what he does consistently each night,
Like, yeah.
like he is
He
part
be
of
filling
our
up the
big
stat
three.
sheet.
Exactly, he's
And be
definitely
getting
part of
hunted.
it.
Yeah.
Hey,
Points, rebounds, and assists.
he hustled too.
You be trying.
I think the Lakers still have one pick to trade. Jeff.
But that
One.
that asset cupboard is pretty bare.
Mhm.
The
Not
draft
quite
pick
Bucks
cupboard,
there, but
but it's bare.
damn near.
I would like to see what we can. I really like Murray. I think that he'll be a really good fit. Really
think
want to
it's
see
the
what
best
we can do. Definitely, we can make the move without AR having to leave. We'll be all right. We got to get rid of AR-15. I don't know.
If the Lakers stay put at the deadline, somehow, some reason they don't do nothing.
Yeah,
LeBron gonna shut
You
it
can't.
down.
I think we're at the point that you
Not
have to
gonna
do
be
something.
here.
If it's not big, you have to do something. Like we can't. Yeah. I think we're at that point. We have to do something.
Damn, New Orleans still got y'all next three.
Yeah.
23, 24, 25.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot. I
Yeah,
mean,
they got our next.
they got our
three,
next two. Yeah, like it's long ways away still.
Y'all got second round picks though. Hey, listen, second round picks have been like gold the last couple of seasons. Right, 4 and 5 of them motherfuckers. Y'all in there somewhere.
I mean, that's how we got Jay Crowder, 5 second round picks.
Wow.
5, fam. We said
That's
here.
I
We,
feel like 3 could have got it done personally. Yo.
But y'all need to do something. I mean, Eric Bledsoe is China. Y'all can bring him over. You clutch client.
he said scoring. What part of that don't
He
you
brings
get?
nothing but
Hey,
defense.
listen.
Right.
He brought a Jeremiah Green ugly ass. Yeah, like,
And
come
that's
on,
Eric
man.
Nigga
Bledsoe,
pass
he
don't
said
help
in
to get
China.
your open buckets.
That ain't what he said they need.
He needs to score. Murray would be the perfect fit.
Okay.
Him,
I do-
LeBron,
I
him
do.
working with
I do like
him,
that.
LeBron, and
AD.
AD.
That's a nice.
That's a nice.
If they do get him, though, I'm gonna be like,
That's
Be pissed.
Aaron
That's nice,
Paul.
man.
Like, he can't keep getting away with it.
That'd be nice, bro. That'd be a nice.
That'd be wild.
No, I feel you on that one. I feel
So let's make it happen, Rob. Do what you do.
I guess we can go back to the thing. Brandon Jennings stirred up some conversation on Twitter today. He dropped his list of
tough crowd.
yes, at tough _crowd, I believe, on Twitter. He dropped his list of people that he thinks should get their jerseys retired, active players that should get their jerseys retired. His Bucks list was very interesting. He had the obvious one. So Giannis, Chris, he said Brooke, Drew,
Okay.
Bobby Portis, and Dame ? And I was like, whoa. I love all them dudes. Hey, he is the mayor.
He had to-
He's the only other mayor that we acknowledge. Was like,
Retired his
Hey man, Bobby got y'all a ring, bro.
Bobby was there
on
for
the
a ring.
team.
I don't know if he got us.
He got y'all a ring, man.
I feel
That
like
was his first year.
Because if Bobby get one, then Pat gotta get
I
one.
was just
You know what I mean?
about to say that. Like,
Hey,
I
man,
feel
put it
like
up there. The whole squad did. Put
PJ
them up
Tucker
there.
might as well get one raise too. Then, right?
He's there for
He
3
talking.
months.
I mean, shit, he was there for the championship.
not for a year. No,
I'm just saying.
No, not for
If,
1 year.
if we're talking about these other
there's a-
guys,
on that one.
Oh,
At
I
least
also
Bobby
Drew.
Portis still on the
I don't
team.
think I said Drew. Yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, 34 and 22 for sure.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think you said this on Locked On Bucks. Honestly, both of those should probably
Hey,
be
y'all,
reached.
if y'all listen to Locked On Bucks, make sure I check that out as well.
for sure.
I think 34 and 22 should probably be retired twice. Honestly,
Yeah.
definitely 22. 34,
Maybe.
take or leave.
Speaking of PJ Tucker, you got some nice shoes.
All right,
Oh.
man.
I'm thinking the trade went through.
Right, like, come on,
Um,
man. We got 55 minutes.
Right. So like, let's finish the Bobby conversation. Bobby, like, I was on the fence about Brooke and Drew. Like, Bobby, I can't get that far. Love you, Key to the City, all that shit. Also, peace. But like, I feel like you got to have longevity and you got to be like vital. So like, if Dame ends up winning the title here,
Then yeah,
probably.
but otherwise, no.
Role players, you got to be here like your entire career and win big.
Like if somehow Bobby is with the Bucks for like the next 5-6 years, then it's like yeah. But if Bobby got traded tomorrow, I don't think his jersey goes in the rafters.
What about Connaughton though?
No.
I'm just
if Bobby is no, then Connaughton is a hell no. Like it's no.
Nah.
Like for
I mean, but
me,
he's
like for
longer.
me, the line is like Brooke and Drew,
Yeah, that's
Right.
the
where
two,
it's like
yeah.
they were vital to the championship.
Mhm.
Brooke is what, year 6 now?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Brooke is getting pretty close.
Like Brooks ain't near there. In my opinion, like I think 11 goes up there.
And I feel like Brooke is going to be here for a while still. Drew is like, he was only here 3 years, but he was the piece that put them over the top.
Yep.
Your comp would be Oscar, which he was only here for 4 years.
And his number got put
And
up
he
there.
was really only good for 3. No offense.
Number 6.
Number 6 what?
For Brooke.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. So it's like that's the line for me. It's like Bobby and Pat don't reach.
No.
So
neither.
with that in mind, are there any other players where you're like, maybe for that team? Like for me, it's like he ain't active anymore. But like Melo for the Knicks, like is that he wasn't there quite long enough for me?
I feel like he gets.
Yeah.
I think
goes
so.
up there.
Yeah,
I think
for
Does
the
he-
next season.
Okay, so for the Nuggets,
See, that's another tough
I
one
mean,
because
that
the
is tough,
number.
yeah.
putting the Jokic part
Okay,
aside,
okay.
like on his own merit,
Yeah, I'll
that's
say
it.
yeah. I'll say yes for
sure.
both.
Even given the way that he left.
He should.
Yeah, I still
He
say
put
yes for
Denver,
both.
like he was Denver was a monster because of him for a while until he left.
What's a monster? They made one
Right.
Western Conference final.
Like they weren't.
He was a star.
Yeah. I mean, look, we can say he got the Nuggets jersey to go platinum in the hood.
Right.
Like everybody had that Nuggets jersey, but
If we gonna consider New York, I feel like we should consider Denver.
Okay, so like
That's-
Kyrie anywhere.
that's fair. Does Kyrie get his number retired anywhere? I think Cleveland's his best shot.
Yeah, Cleveland for sure. I would
For
think.
sure though.
I would think so.
I can't take the
I don't
jersey
know.
off, Tim. It's the only green and gold I had. I know it's yuck mouth, but I don't. He did help. He did hit the shot for Cleveland.
Yeah. Damn, Triple T, you strict in this mug. He said Chris and Giannis. That's it.
No, if Brooke continues playing here for a couple more years, and he's already moving up some leaderboards for Bucks franchise, like defensive records, and he's got accolades here during his time here. Like,
Okay, I got the hammer one.
Go ahead.
Kawhi in either the Raptors or San Antonio.
that's a 1-year championship. Does Kawhi get his number? I
How
don't
many
think
does
so.
Toronto
No, I
have?
don't think so.
How many championships? Did
But he
Toronto have?
did. Get, I don't know.
One.
He did get him a
Yes.
championship. Yeah, I was just, he do.
He
yeah.
brought the only championship
Championship
to the franchise.
Yeah,
In
that
yes.
makes sense.
1 year.
Yeah,
Yes.
that makes sense.
You wouldn't have one otherwise.
Okay, and then Kawhi in San Antonio.
No, because there's a bunch of motherfuckers came there.
But I mean, I'm saying like
He
he
played
did
a
his
role.
work.
But he also played with the other legends while he was there.
He got a Finals MVP there.
It was him. Keep in mind, Legends was old. Like they were still hooping.
They were still hooping though.
No, they were, but like it wasn't.
It
as
wasn't
if he
his
was there.
team.
That's fair, but they don't win without him. Hence, Finals MVP.
I feel like it'd have been a little harder without him.
Bron and the Lakers.
Yes.
They retire everybody.
That's a Bron. Come on. And he got us a chip. AD too.
Any of the Lob City or current Clippers. So Blake, CP, Kawhi, PG.
Blake,
yeah,
and
for sure.
Blake and Paul.
Blake
Yes.
for sure.
Blake and CP.
Yeah.
I don't know about
The two now, like, kind of depends on what they do.
Yes. But as of now, new.
No.
I know
Yeah,
Kawhi
but
just signed
Blake-
his extension, so like he's gonna be there for a little while longer. So he got some time, but right now, no.
This one gave me pause, but then ultimately I was like, he means too much to the city. Derrick Rose in Chicago.
Yes, absolutely. That's
he's
a
a Chicago
given.
legend. Bro.
Yeah,
I
that's a
think you
given.
got to.
And he's the youngest MVP in Chicago. He got into a couple of Eastern Conference Finals.
Man, that's the what
He
ifs.
just couldn't pass what LeBron them.
No,
Again, it's more a
just-
question of longevity because his
Yeah.
run was really like 4
Yeah.
years.
Mm-hmm. The injuries.
Jeff
though,
active.
man.
Blake is still active. He is not active.
No, I don't think he's I don't think he's actually retired at
Active
this point, but he's not on
He's
the
not
team
on
right
the
now.
team. Crackberry asks, speaking of jersey, do we want to retire the jersey that Tim is? Of
Nah.
course. Like
He
that's
will. Yes, that's a
nonsensical,
given,
fam.
bro.
Of course, Aaron Rodgers. He's gonna be in the Ring of Honor and all that stuff.
He just needs to
Yeah,
shut the hell
farther
up.
than he's in.
Right. That's easy.
I think that.
Any other
Tatum
questionable?
in Boston.
Ooh.
He ain't this shit yet.
Yeah, but he probably gonna be there for a while. Like I feel like championships isn't the
Eventually.
only barometer for getting your numbers hung in the Raptors. If you've been
in
a
Boston.
Yeah,
That's-
Lakers. They
no,
retire
so,
everybody
wait,
too.
that's fair. But my point is, in general, I don't think championships alone is the only measure of getting your jersey retired or not. Now, it's going to vary from franchise to franchise based on what you got going on. Like
Yeah.
Boston is a place where they already got 18,000 jerseys retired. They barely got any numbers to issue out.
Exactly. They finna start doing
You gotta take
triple
number
digits.
67. What the
Exactly.
fuck is this?
101 out here.
I ain't never wore this in my life.
Like it's different. So example, I see Shrene's in the comments and she mentioned, do you need championships because Drew wasn't here long enough? And that's the thing, like it's franchise to franchise. So like if you look who's already in the rafters for the Bucks, like the fact that Oscar Robinson's number is in the rafters for the Milwaukee Bucks when he is really a king, like that was his best years were in a king jersey. He came here with Kareem when Kareem got here drafted. They won a championship together and his number went up there, even though it was Kareem leading the way.
Mhm.
So I think Drew has an argument for being up there because it's kind of a similar thing.
It was our
And
second championship, right?
Yeah.
First.
I thought Oscar then was first.
yeah,
Oh,
the Bucks-
yeah,
You
sorry, I
just
thought
said
you were
Drew,
saying-
and that's only
yeah,
was our
okay,
second with
yeah,
him.
yeah,
So
sorry.
I mean,
So,
that
like-
would make sense to me because again, kind of like with the Kawhi thing, we don't have many, and you're the reason why we got one.
the Kawhi
The Kawhi in
in
particular.
Toronto to be clear.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like if we have two, and our best players are Oscar Robinson and Kareem, hell yeah, you gonna get tired because y'all the reason why we got number one.
Yeah.
Number two,
It's because of Drew.
Chris, Brooke, and
I mean,
Giannis.
I mean, we already Giannis and
All right.
Chris, like that's already set.
Yeah.
Like we already
But I
know
mean, like,
them
how
up there.
far down does it go? Like, where you get credit for that title? I guess.
I think you don't go past the core four. Like that's just in my opinion with this particular franchise. But
And I feel like if Brooke was only here for 3 years,
Then
then
probably
I don't
not.
think he would have gotten it. But I think because Drew was so much more important to, no offense, but it was so much more important, and he was the missing piece.
Yeah.
Like it's I would say don't reissue it for a while, and then just see how the rest of his career goes.
Hey, we can't forget the alley in the valley, bro. So there's moments.
there have been quite a few different Father Stretch My Hand edits to sports, but there is not one better than the still leading to the oop from the Bucks.
I feel like we got
Suns.
to eventually Drew might, and he was big for the community in Milwaukee too.
I mean,
So Drew versus like Big Dog, like which one goes first for you?
Drew. I'm sorry, big dog.
Like I don't think Big
The
Dog's
hood
happening
love
like
big
they
dog, fam.
No,
I love Glenn Robinson,
No,
bro.
I feel it.
The hood
I
love you,
feel it.
fam.
Well, we gotta move on. It's fine.
Yeah.
I feel it.
That's a good conversation. Shout out to Brent.
You gotta put Big
He-
Dog. His jersey gotta go up at Lincoln Park or McGovern. McGovern or something.
McGov jersey. That's actually funny.
You know, to answer your question, I think it would be Drew again, and it's not mainly is because of the second championship.
No, I definitely feel you on that one. I agree. Okay. So, talking about point guards, mentioned Drew Holiday, of course. Triple T pointed out the fact that Big Dog number already been issued.
Yeah.
As it has.
A couple
A
times.
couple times.
Malcolm Brogdon,
Yeah.
Jordan Wara.
Hey. So,
Was Ridnour number 13?
I don't
It was somebody white.
Huh.
I don't know. Okay,
It's
so there's been conversations going on about best point guard in the East. especially with All-Star ballots going on and everything like that, people were having conversations. Who's the best point guard in the East? I believe it was Kendrick Perkins, who just completely forgot that Damian Lillard existed and was like, nah, he ain't one of the best point guards in the East. So I wanted to have the conversation with these guys. Who is right now in this moment? If y'all in the comments, I want y'all to let me know too. Who is the best point guard in the East right now? This is not looking at their career. This is not looking at accolades. Looking at their performance this season. Best point guard in the East. When I was thinking about this, I came up with 5 names where I was like, these are probably the guys here who you're going to have in the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Halliburton.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Dame, as I mentioned.
Yes.
Jalen Brunson.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Tyrese Maxey.
Yes.
And I'm forgetting one. Oh, Trae Young.
Yeah.
Those are the 5 I feel like are in the conversation of who is the best point guard in the East. I put together a graphic. Dude, can you pull up number 1 with the mystery people? Now, these are just raw stats. So if you're watching on YouTube, in the comments, let us know which player you would pick. Just so this is pure stats alone, and then we can have a conversation because the truth of stats, they don't tell the whole story. You always need additional context. But let's say for the listeners. So I'm gonna just not give you all the stats, but let's say player A averages about 26.6 assists, 2 turnovers, and 4 rebounds. Shoots about 42% from 3, 83% from free throw. Player B, less points but more assists. 24 points a game, about 13 assists a game. You probably can guess who that is. Only 2.5 turnovers a game, 4 rebounds, a steal, shooting about 40% from 3. Player C, a little bit more, 25 points a game, 6, 7 assists, 2.5 turnovers, about 4.5 rebounds, a steal. Player D gives you 26.6 assists, about 2 turnovers a game, about 4 rebounds, a steal. Player E give you 27 points, 10 assists, 4 turnovers a game, though. So that assist turnover ratios.
You got to do it monotone. You do an emphasis.
I think I can deal with that.
Like, you're skewing the.
I'm sorry.
Exactly.
That's not a turnover.
I average 27 points.
That's what I'm saying. I can.
4 turnovers is a lot. 4 points.
That's all right.
3 rebounds and a steal and a half. So, like, just looking at raw numbers alone, I think Jeff knows who players he is.
I know who.
You probably can guess all 5 of them.
A and D are throwing me because like they're similar, but I know who B, C, and E are. So,
I mean, just looking at the raw numbers, I would say in 1 through 5, B would be number 1. If we just look strictly off the numbers.
So your player B, I just want your best
player
one first.
B.
Player B
would be my best player.
Eric, who's your best out of the?
Again, I know who it is. But based off the stats, yeah, like for like what I want from a point guard, player B.
Yeah.
DB.
Whoa.
Agree. Personal.
Hello.
Player D, please.
He said D-me, guys. Dang.
Christ,
Lord Jesus.
Lord have mercy. Hey, I need another bleep.
It's live, brother. We are live.
Yeah, for me, it's also player B. Dude, can you reveal who each of these players are?
Oh, okay.
Player A is actually Jalen Brunson with the 25 points, 6 assists, 3 rebounds or so. Player B is Tyrese Halliburton. That one was easy, I feel like, because of the assist fact. Like, the man, like, it's crazy. Player C, 25 points, 6.8 assists, 4 rebounds. That's Damian Lillard. Player D is Tyrese Maxey, 26.6 assists, so on and so forth. And then player E was Trae Young. That's the high turnover man, Trae Young. So again, raw numbers alone, I'm looking at Tyrese Halliburton's play is definitely popping off the page for me here. But adding context, now that you know who these guys are, who do you think, like before you saw just the raw numbers, who were you saying, like, hey, this is the best point guard in the league right now? Because for me, I still felt like it was Tyrese. Like even with the context, I feel like Tyrese Halliburton has been the best point guard in the East.
He has been.
Yeah.
Who's second?
The wild part is,
see, I have a bias against Trae Young, so it's always for me because I don't like the way that he plays. Like you can show me all the numbers, like all the efficiency, everything. It's just like I don't like the way that he plays. I don't like the foul baiting. I don't like the defense. I don't like the whining. I have an aversion to Trae Young. So like it's hard for me to look at his numbers and be like, damn, like the turnovers are high, sure, but like that's because he has the ball all game long, and You said so the bias in me is gonna say not Trae Young. So I'm well, like Dame hasn't played well. So like I like from a pure talent standpoint, it's like I would take Dame over all of them, honestly. But like the way that he's played so far this year, like I can't rate him that high. Brunson's been killing.
Yeah, he has.
Maxey though.
And he's the number one like person on the scouting report for the Knicks. So like his degree of difficulty is higher than Maxey's, who has Embiid there, who takes away attention. So I don't know where that leads.
So for me, I think it's Halliburton that's the best right now. And I think that even though Dame's having a down year for him, just what he's still able to do, like even on a down year, I still think that Dame, like he's shooting, he almost 61% from true shooting at this point. Like, and he's having a down year shooting. Like that's the crazy part about it. You can drop the graphic now, dude, and put our beautiful faces back on the screen here. But I'm pleasantly surprised that we all just was like, it's Tyrese Halliburton. Like, number one, Halliburton for sure. I think who's behind him, I think it's Dame for me personally. If not Dame, then it's Brunson. I'll put Brunson right there with him as well.
Can I address Jeff real quick? We can't put Jalen Suggs up there. He don't even average 15 points, bro. Everybody up there was averaging at least 23. He ain't even averaging more than 2 assists, bro. We can't put Jalen Suggs up there. I'm sorry.
I don't think.
I'm sorry.
Mr. Crackberry asks, do we think LaMelo would at least be in the combo if he hadn't gotten injured?
Yes.
He could have been.
Yeah.
He could have been. I don't.
Personally, I don't, just because like their team was going to be terrible whether he played or not.
Yeah, but the points, rebounds, assists, he would have been up there. I don't give a fuck about that. We were talking about raw numbers, though.
Yeah.
And with the
like,
raw numbers,
just the
LaMelo will give
guard
you the
play.
23 to 25. He'll give you the 10 assists. He'll give you about 5 rebounds a game.
Unless what you're saying is that are you saying that regardless of what LaMelo does, like it doesn't lead to winning basketball? Is that what you're
I wouldn't go that far. I'm just saying, like, I think that the team performance matters, which also is part of the reason why I think I raised Trae so low. Like, Trae can do everything, but it doesn't lead to winning. So, yeah, I guess I was agreeing with what you said.
That's what I'm putting the pieces together.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I don't necessarily put that much on LaMelo just because he's younger and the team around him is terrible. But, like, I think that matters. Like, the context within which that they put these numbers matters. Because, like, Dame did all that last year. I don't think he's the worst player because he's putting up worse numbers now, but he has more space and opportunity to get his shit off in Portland than he did in Milwaukee. So, like, those numbers are depressed a little bit because he's playing with
more talent.
Yeah.
That happened. I
guess it's the opposite of what I just said about Maxey, but
I wanted to shout out Tyrese Maxey because he's made a jump this season for sure. So definitely give him some love, give Brunson some love, and give Trae some love. But even with the team performing bad, like, would the trade happen?
No, I said.
Oh, I just wanted to show some love. The point guard conversation was interesting me in the East, but yeah, clean sweep here. Tyrese Halliburton in this moment, best point guard in the East. Yeah. And when the Bucks played the Pacers, he was the best point guard on the floor. Yeah.
Tim. All right. I guess a wee bit more serious. Mine was going to be on the new rule change in the NBA's award race, with the minimum amount of games being missed being 18, I believe, right? They have to play at least.
They got to play 65 games.
Yeah, 65
82 minus 65, whatever that
17. So the issue with this, I guess, comes into play. Like we talked about it before the season started, about if it was fair to the players and not things of that nature. So now we're kind of seeing it in action. And currently there's a couple players who could miss out on opportunities. One being, as we just talked about, Tyrese Halliburton. So we know that he got hurt. We know that in the midst of this, if he ended up missing more than his fair share game, more than 17 games, he can no longer qualify for the All-NBA. He can no longer qualify for the MVPs or any of the comeback players or most improved or any of those awards. He's no longer qualified for. But in that being the case, because he's still under his rookie year, I think it's his 4th year in the league now, 3rd or 4th year in the league, he now falls under that. If you get All-NBA in your first years,
it bumps up.
It bumps to the Supermax for him, as opposed to just getting the regular max. So players of that ilk, you also include the Joel Embiids and stuff like that. So if you have players like them being disqualified from the MVP conversations, you don't get the, damn, bro, here you go. You now have to decide on other players. And it's not more so. Is it fair?
What's your question?
It's not more so. Is it more fair to the players? This is, I guess, more so the impact on the players and how do you feel? Before I say that, you do get a chance if you don't qualify. You do get a chance to do a waiver, so you can put a waiver in, like, hey. I don't think it's fair that I don't qualify because
it was a legit
busted
injury.
my knee up.
It wasn't
correct. I wasn't just resting. Yeah. Things of that nature. So you do get the chance to do that. But I guess my question more so is how big of an impact does this actually take effect on some of these players? And
I think that we've seen throughout this year that guys are just playing more. Like LeBron had like a back-to-back that sandwiched his birthday. Like he was like, he had a game the day of his birthday, and then the next day. It's like in years past, I feel like he would have sat at least one of them. You know what I mean? Like, or if not both. Whereas this year he played in both. The Bucks have had countless backs-to-backs. Giannis has played in pretty much all of them. Whereas years past, he probably would have sat out one or two of them.
The Celtics recently, that probably played a factor into. I didn't even think about that until now. Like they played the first. Granted, we was smoking their ass, but. The starters all played the first half, so you can't.
So it still qualifies as a game
correct.
play. So, I think that the Clippers, Kawhi's played more games
he's
so far this season than he's played in probably multiple seasons combined. So it's like, I think that it's changed the behavior, which is all that they were trying to do. I think that a lot of these waivers will probably wind up being approved because, like, these are legit injuries. Like, we saw Tyrese Halliburton get hurt. Like. Yeah. It's legit. Like he strained his groin or whatever it was. Embiid again has played more this season than he has in years past. He seems like he's legitimately hurt and dealing with the knee thing. But like I think he's playing tonight, which he's on the second end of a back-to-back. He's playing against Jokic, which he's usually ducked. Like it's changed the behavior. So I think that it's been a success in that regard. Like it kind of sucks that somebody gets disqualified on a technicality. Yeah. But it's also the players' union agreed to it. So they were fine with implementing this as the threat because 65 seems arbitrary. So it's like, what do you put the number at? You know what I mean? Like, so it's like, y'all agreed to that number. So whatever happens, it's kind of like in y'all, it's part of you made that decision to agree to it. So I don't have a problem with it. I'm fine with it. I think that it was unofficially included in some people's award votes before anyway. So, like, now they have something to point to, like, hey, this guy didn't play enough games, so I'm not going to put him on my thing. Whereas before, it's kind of like somebody, the number might be 65, other people might be 55, other people might be 75. Like,
you made a good point. When you said Kawhi's played more, and I'm thinking just the first half of the season, I feel like Kawhi's played most games that he's played in the first half of the season. Hell, AD has played more games in the first half of the season than he's played in recent years. Like, a lot of the cats that truly do be just, I'm going to just rest and then I'll make the final push the last month or two of the season have played a lot more recently. So
I feel like I'm coming in here drinking on the Kool-Aid without knowing the flavor. But
yeah.
Basically, what I said is that it's...
No, I mean, I'm getting the gist, but, like, my question is it the rule, or is it like, are these guys just healthier this year?
I think it's cool.
And because to me, part of what I always hear too with players is always saying, like, it's not me who doesn't want to play, it's my team telling me I need to sit down. So I wonder if this rule actually gives the players a bit more reason to be able to push back and say, like, no, actually I am going to be playing this game because you're not about to cost me millions.
And that's what I was gonna say. I think it's giving them more ammunition to fight back with.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, hey, I feel like I can go and I don't want to miss this game because it might cost me at the end. Whereas before it was just like, but it's best for the team if you sit, and it's best for your knee because you need to rest it and blah, blah. It's like, fuck that.
There was also shit in like national televised games. Like, we just had Steph, but Steph was playing a lot earlier. So, and I understood that, and he legitimately didn't play against the Bucks because of rest.
It's only his third missed game. Like,
so that's not going to affect him like that. So those games are still there and available for them to use if they need be. If you're doing that for 17 games, that's completely different.
No, I feel it. Okay. Wrestling time?
Wrestling.
Indeed.
Let's get to the graps.
Let's get to the pro wrestling. Damn, I forgot to take a picture of.
Okay.
Take a picture of wrestling?
I was writing notes about my topic earlier, and I had years and reasons, but I forgot to take a picture of it. It was handwritten.
I'm gonna just get mine out the way. the Royal Rumble pool is open. Royal Rumble is next week, Saturday. So please make sure that you email us, tweet us, Instagram us, Facebook us, whatever. Whatever platform we on. Shit, you can put it in the comments right now. Whatever platform you on, if you want to be in the Royal Rumble pool, just let us know. We just got to have a way to contact you if you win. But yeah, I'll repost it on our social media channels and make sure you comment. Let us know. technicalfilepod@gmail.com.
There you go.
For sure.
Right? No, it's me. So there was an interesting news story in the cycle. Apparently Hulk Hogan had to come to the rescue.
This brother.
Which way, he saved somebody?
He did.
Yes, bro.
Oh,
He actually did. Apparently he was driving and he saw a car flip over in front of him. And he rushed into action, helped the young lady out the car. Her airbags had deployed. He had some tools in his car he used to deflate them to help her get out the car. He literally helped save this woman from this car accident. And I just kept thinking, like, could you imagine if you got in a car accident and you just sitting there like, oh, shoot, like, I'm messed up, whatever the case may be.
You upside down.
And then you see Hulk Hogan. He was wearing an NWO t-shirt.
Oh, wait.
He had on the black NWO
with the tight ass
with the headband
jeans.
and
with the headband.
With the tight ass jeans.
And next thing you know, you hear is like, give me your hand, brother. Or like
I thought I was dead for real.
Right.
I ain't no fucking way Hulk Hogan saving me right now.
Well,
He got the bandana and the NWO.
With the
shirt,
NWO?
like,
No, I'm definitely dead. Because ain't no way, boy.
He
It's too
probably wouldn't
ironic.
have saved you, though.
Right. That's
why I would've thought I was dead.
My first question is like, it was a white woman.
It
Wasn't it?
had to be. You know,
I
if
just know
it was a
it's a woman.
naysayer, it definitely wouldn't.
I just know.
Definitely wouldn't have got saved.
It was a naysayer.
He was like, you know what, brother? My mistake, brother. I'm sorry. I thought you were someone. I thought you were somebody else, brother.
You should have ate your Wheaties.
Mr. Crackberry heard his theme music was playing in the background the whole time. That would be nuts.
When it comes crashing
He
down.
came out
No,
with-
not that
NWO.
one.
You better get
And
the
it hurts.
guitars up. And Mr. Crackberry also added that he broke kayfabe because NWO Hogan would have spray painted the car and drove off.
And I I got you, Jeff Boots.
Yeah, we got you in the Royal Rumble pool, so you all in there. So yeah, I
Be
just
like Jeff.
You call him Jeff
Oh,
Boots.
But I just had to bring it up because I just couldn't believe that Hulk Hogan in the NWO t-shirt literally saved somebody from a
That's
car
funny.
wreck.
Yeah, no, I definitely would have thought I died.
That is
Yo,
funny.
dude.
Or I was hallucinating. One of the two.
Like, it was a rap.
When Hogan, the first one, I think they used to beam his beard, right? He was the first nigga that did that. Yeah, he was the first one. Fab had to beam me, brother.
When I found out that the skullet was actually a hairpiece,
Wait, what?
yes.
It
Yeah.
was a man unit.
Yes, it's a Steve Harvey, bro.
Yeah, bro. He had a
Except he
man
ain't
unit.
putting on in the hairline.
Damn.
Dang, he just had the back drape
Yes.
with the ball
Oh,
on
yeah.
top.
He just get out the bed like.
I guess he figured with the bandana on, it don't.
It do matter, fam.
Cause he always take that motherfucker off.
Right, it always came off in the ring.
And just to finish up my part, in case you were wondering, the young woman was not injured. She was just really shaken up because when your car turns over, of course you're gonna be shaken up. So
No.
Did it have her name?
Hey, what happened?
I was gonna say I can guess that. Guess
no
that
name.
next.
No
He
name.
ripped the door from 24-inch pythons.
I don't think he ended up doing that, but
The
Yeah.
Python.
Hogan to the rescue this week.
Shout out to Hogan,
You almost opened
man.
the door.
That's
You!
the first time that's ever
Yeah,
been
so
said
I'm
on
gonna
this show.
shout out
Exactly.
Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, we shout you out this
You know,
time. but-
saving people.
Yeah, that's about it though. Back on the fucking list. So Rock and Roman is likely not to happen at Elimination Chamber.
Figured.
Yeah, I think everybody kind of
Except for Tim.
understood that. Yeah,
I held out.
Tim had a whole
Listen,
thing that he wanted.
Part of the reason why I love wrestling is because I love living in the realm of disbelief. It's suspended reality. Like I love the fantasy shit about wrestling, and I hold on to the hope that some of that shit may actually happen. So I try to hold on with the optimistic guy that I am that some of these things may actually happen.
It's a WrestleMania matchup.
When we had the conversation, I was kind of on the fence. I'm like, yeah, but Cody. And then like after we went off the air, I'm kind of like, let's the Rock and Roman. Like
Right.
you can put that on a poster and sell, subscriptions to the network. So it's like, yes, that's obviously going to be like their priority with Cody. Like it seems like every 10 years they do a triple threat main event. So
And
he might sneak in that way.
and that's the thing too, because Tim's WrestleMania prediction was CM Punk with Roman and Rock, and that still doesn't make sense to me. Like, if there was going to be a triple threat, I think Cody would be the third one in there, not CM Punk. But
actually, if you look at it from Cody's perspective, if he's finishing the story, it's like that's even better for me. Like, I want the triple threat. Like, I know the 1-on-1 Mania main event is, the Holy Grail, but it's like you get a match with The Rock and Roman, and you probably going over. So,
hey. So no elimination chamber, Rock and Roman, which
although again, like Australia is trying to get him to come, so he might be at him being The Rock might be at elimination chamber, but Roman ain't gonna be there.
Yeah, Roman ain't nowhere but the Rumble and WrestleMania.
Yeah.
When it comes to the big pay-per-views, like
that brother be using his PTO, and I don't blame him.
Hey, we're gonna block Triple T this week, bro. You just a little too aggressive for me this week, my guy. You just be out here. He's too aggressive this week. He need to go take a nap.
He just told Tim, now you was just wrong, bro.
He just need to take a nap. Go lay down somewhere. He tired.
He was right though.
Coming in angry.
He ain't wrong.
Jeff Boog said,
I don't need you co-signing.
Julia gets the NXT should blow your mind.
Okay. Give me what I want. That's what I want. But Rock and Roman is what we all want.
And it looks like, according to Mr. Crackberry, it looks like Amazon Prime is the leading candidate to pick up Monday Night Raw.
That's what I've been hearing.
Go back to last week and see my thoughts on like the streaming. Wrestling's less serious than NFL.
Wrestling fans gonna go everywhere.
Is it my turn?
It's like, damn, like I gotta have 2 subscriptions to follow at WWE now.
That would suck. But speaking of what sucks, I think the Money in the Bank contract really don't. Is this still a big deal, really? So I asked that because the Money in the Bank contract and the man who wins the Money in the Bank, the initial draw was you have a chance.
And women.
Now, but initially it was Money in the Bank contract draw was that you have a shot at any time to cash in on a champion. So it was always oh my God, they're going to do it today, they're going to do it tomorrow, whatever the case may be, the champ hurt, blah, blah, blah. And so I was just kind of looking at the history of them. And I'm like, in recent history, like, I don't know how big of a deal it would be. Let me give you a couple examples.
Okay, so that's what I was going to ask you. Like, when you say big, like, what do you consider big deal? Do you mean like
Seth Rollins was the epitome of cashing in the Money in the Bank contract. But
like,
again,
before it was used as kind of like a stepping stone to make somebody
correct. You would give it to the guy who you know is next up, and then they would cash in, get the belt, and then they would go on and carry the title for a few or whatever.
But now,
2017, Baron Corbin cashed in on Jinder Mahal, lost. Right?
Yes.
2018, Braun Strowman cashed in before the match for Hell in a Cell, lost.
I think from a storytelling perspective, I know you're gonna keep going, but like they needed to start including some losses because it's like it can't just be an automatic. This is champion. Like you got to introduce some type of suspense.
Damian Sandow cashing in on John Cena. Who? That's when he was hot.
That was my boy.
That's when he was hot.
I
don't know what it is.
I love Damian Sandow.
I don't even know what it is.
Proving his point. Go ahead.
And then you have what was another one? Then they had the one where Cena cashed in on CM Punk and lost.
That was
no, I think he won that one.
No, he lost.
No, CM Punk didn't.
No, he lost because it was DQ because it was
because he's the one who announced his ahead of time. Like I'm going to cash mine in because I'm John Cena and I do everything by the book.
And then you have a guy like Brock in 2019 cashing in on Seth. It's not a rising star. Brock had the bet, the Money in the Bank. It's not somebody who's up and coming. It was already Brock Lesnar, and he was part-time Brock at the time. So now we have 19, 12, 2012, 2019, 2013, 2017, 2018. So these is recent-ish. But it's like, in recent memory, these cash-ins ain't really been with the next rising star. It ain't really been an actual dub with it. Like right now, you have Damian Priest has who fits the qualification of a rising star. But you have so many different big stars right now being involved in the main event title. Like, when do he cash in before WrestleMania? When's the opportunity? And then if he does, for example, Sheamus, he cashed in once. He had the belt for like 2 weeks. Another person cashed in. I had it all wrote down, but another person cashed in. They had it for a month, and then it was turned over. So it's like, even if they cash in, they're not really holding the belt. So what's the point? Or is it as important, or now it's just strictly a storyline prop? as opposed to actually being what it was meant to be in the first place, which was to help boost a young up-and-coming star who you feel like should be a next gen.
So I think I look at the briefcase differently. I don't look at it purely as something for just young dudes because of who they have been putting in the matches. Like, I think of it more as a storyline driver than anything else. So if you can use this briefcase to tell me a good story, like, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
But otherwise, like, no, because for example, Damian Priest has it now, but the way they were able to tease the cash in when Randy Orton came back, like that was beautiful. It helped advance the story. Like it was so beautiful how that happened. And then I think of like, who was a good one for me, Ross? Like, dang, like that. When Dean cashed in on Seth Rollins, where you're just like, oh, like you would come out here now and like, the storyline aspect of it for me is a bigger driver than like, is it going to boost a young talent? Like if you can tell me a good story, I'm cool with however you want to tell it.
I feel like because it has to happen every year, like some years they just don't have a storyline for it, and so like they either blow through it really quickly, like the night of Money in the Bank, or like they lose it at some point and get it on somebody that they want. Which to Jeff's point, like Otis won the match, but then Miz got the title, or the title shot, and which. Actually, I think he did get the title in there. Or it's like now with Priest, where it's like they didn't really have a plan for it, which I think was also the thing with Austin Theory. It's like Roman being the only one with a belt and not working and having a clear understanding of like, I'm keeping this belt for a long ass time. Like they didn't have anything to do with it. So they've kind of like been spinning their wheels for the last couple of years. Right. And like, I don't think that they want to beat Seth this quickly on the fluke shit because they're trying to establish the new title. So it's like, for storyline reasons, like it's like, we don't really have anything to do with it, but we'll keep it around because it builds suspense. It's like, oh, it's this thing kind of hanging out there. What are they going to do with it? And it's kind of like they get out of jail free card sometimes. Like they put on Brock and Roman as the main event of Mania. They didn't want either one of them walking out with the title. Like, hey, Seth, perfect.
And that's probably one of my favorite cash-ins because you were just like, wait, what?
I didn't know you could do that. But again, like it forces creativity because it's another storyline element that you have to account for, and like sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but like that's kind of the beauty of it. Is like sometimes they don't have a plan, or sometimes they don't have a good thing to use it on, and they just get creative and try something.
And I think that's part of why they've changed it. Say like it doesn't just have to be for the world heavyweight title. You can use it to cash in on anything, because if one thing they're trying to do is establish more longevity with the belts. And then the cash in stuff, like you can't keep doing that often because now you're switching belts back and forth. But if you want the longevity championships, you have to find different ways to tell the story, which is Julian pointed out with the job they're doing with Priest right now, saying I like that they're taking their time with it and waiting for a right moment rather than enforcing it. Because even the teases have been interesting, where it's just like, this is, I don't know when he's going to do it, which belt he's going to use it on, but like, it's funny. It's fun watching how they're able to incorporate it.
It is to a degree, but they're also making him look very stupid because like every time he teases a cash in, it's like it's the dumbest reasons that it doesn't work. It's like, I don't know if this is really making the character stronger.
I think the Randy Orton one wasn't dumb. Randy just came and interrupted it during
but I mean, there have been multiple times that he's come out with the briefcase and like Drew McIntyre. Didn't it happen last night where Drew McIntyre came and like punched him? It was like,
something like that.
Go take care of it. Like you got a whole faction. Like just have them around you to make sure that somebody don't jump in.
Or he cashing it in and the champ ain't hurt yet. They're like, bro, if you'd have waited.
He's trying to be John Cena, Mr. Above the Ground, blah, 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 blah. But no, I think that's an interesting question, though. I like the Money in the Bank.
I love the Money in the Bank.
Yeah, I just look at it a little bit differently. Not necessarily like a young dude thing, but just a storyline driver.
Oh, fun fact: R-Truth was Mr. Perfect's last opponent. God damn, Truth is old.
I think I was talking to Tim about this earlier. Was it you? I was talking about having a K Quick. Like R-Truth been around so long. When he was K Quick, I definitely had a K Quick picture in my room as a teenager.
That's what he used to do.
I had a wrestling wall of just all the wrestlers I liked. So K Quick was up there.
Like Truth is so old. He got pictures with Tupac. And it's like an adult Truth. Like it's not like a little kid.
And he's still money. He just overtook as the over as the highest merch seller.
They just released the Tom and Nick
Mysterio
T-shirt. It says 3 Amigos and then it says Tom, Nick, And then there's R-Truth in the middle with two dimes next to him.
That's funny.
Did they really put him in like their graphic, like the AR graphic
so.
Yeah.
at the beginning?
Yeah.
And he just smiling.
Be cracking me up. Like our truth is gold, bro. He's a treasure.
We talked about him like
A couple weeks ago.
what he's doing with Judgment Day is hilarious. Let's get these quick hits and get out of here. Okay. We mentioned Kawhi Leonard signing his extension. Zubac for the Clippers, he's going to be reevaluated in 4 weeks. He has a calf injury, so hopefully it's not too long for him. And then the Raptors and Pacers are engaged in the Pascal Siakam trade talks involving Bruce Brown and draft picks. I'm sure once we leave here, it'll be official because, as Tim pointed out, that's how it goes. Bill Belichick mutually parted ways with the New England Patriots, and he interviewed with the Falcons. There are people saying that Belichick should go and coach the Cowboys, and I'm like, that's not going to work.
He gonna be on my hit list next year. Don't do that.
No, it's not about a hit list. I mean, Jerry Jones ain't going.
Jerry remembers what working with Bill Parcells is like. He ain't going down that road again. He wants somebody he can control. Which is also why Harbaugh ain't going there.
Harbaugh might have been in college for so long. He might be like, you know what? I'm used to this. I can handle this. I can handle this.
No, he his own boss in college. Like he's not going to work for Jerry Jones. That's why he's looking at the Chargers.
Shoot, if you got a Jerry Jones check, he might. We'll see. We'll see
what.
I don't know what's driving Harbaugh's decision of like this is the situation I want to coach in, but he's a more feasible option than Bill Belichick. But one might argue neither one are too feasible. And then Stephen A. Smith had some beef in these virtual streets.
Whole lot of beef
against Jason Whitlock.
That fat bastard. That
man tweeted out. I haven't said his name, but I got something for that fat bastard. And everybody was like, "Oh, what is this going to be about?" And then we saw the teaser trailer. I'm gonna call it a trailer because that's what I feel like it was at this point. Next thing you know, Stephen A. Smith has a whole episode of the Stephen A. Smith Show where he is just going in on Jason Whitlock. I don't personally like saying Jason Whitlock's name. I have a non.
He was redacted on our show for a while.
We just called him Uncle Ruckus. And we'll. Whose laugh was that? Oh, wait a second. I said, how did the laugh get thrown from across? All right, but yeah, Uncle Ruckus got cooked.
I'm curious to know, like, how, like, what type of impact that episode had on Stephen A's
podcast show.
Yeah, because I think he said he was approaching like 600,000 subscriber. Maybe not, because it says 517. So like, I'm just curious because like I know everybody at least saw clips from that show. A lot. I watched that show for the first time ever, and I'm sure I'm not the only ones.
I watched it.
Yeah, I ain't subscribed, but I did watch that one episode. I'm trying to see if they have numbers here. Finally responded. 1.6 million views.
By far his highest view.
Yeah, I'm looking at 203,000, 54K, 55K, 66K. So yeah, 1.6 million views of that episode. It was worth it. Like I had to like fast forward through the Aaron Rodgers part, and I didn't give a fuck about that. But when he started cooking, that man said he was worse than a white supremacist.
Damn.
Yeah.
Which also fair, because like if you black and you side with white supremacists, like you worse than them. You hate on your own people. Yeah. But it also felt like it's like when your parents cuss for the first time, where it's just like
my mom cuss around me now, and it's still strange to me.
Yeah, it's just like hearing Stephen A. Smith call anybody a bitch is just like, oh. I didn't know he know that word.
He seemed like he be cussing all the time too.
Do.
Yeah,
but
we're just saying he used to hearing it. But yeah, it was interesting. I was like, you definitely trying to get you was talking to Shannon Sharp and was like, huh? You got how? It did what?
Like
you had how many views?
Yeah.
With Cat. Shout out to Shannon Sharp for that interview too, by the way.
Shut up.
Some people were saying he didn't do a good enough job interviewing.
Shit, that was great.
He let him cook. You just gotta let him cook.
Like y'all didn't let me in the beginning of the show. I appreciate y'all.
I heard when you started running out, I was like, okay, now it's time for us to come in here. But yeah, you gotta let us put a cook sometime. Like, you gotta let him cook. And that's what, first off, Shannon Sharp introduced Cat Williams. And Cat pretty much said,
I got it from here.
Yeah. Thank you for the introduction. This is some good alcohol and F. Steve Harvey. And you're like, wait a second, what?
But also, that was the thing that stood out to me about Stephen A. show is like he was talking for 59 minutes and 24 seconds. just by himself, just having a conversation with the camera. Essentially, I'm like, doing this show with 4 people is tough enough for me to try to talk over an hour, and he just did it by himself, extemporaneous. I mean, he had notes, but
he do it like 3 times a week.
Yeah, he do. Yeah, people
3 times a
who
week.
solo shows.
respect.
Keep it entertaining.
You gotta have it.
That's draining, fam.
That's tough to do. That is an hour by yourself.
Because you basically got to have a conversation with yourself without it seeming like you're having a conversation with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta be entertaining. Gotta have. Yeah, it's a lot that goes
I
into
mean, when
that.
you sprinkle in the cousin, that helps.
That's why half mine gonna be that.
That's grandson.
Bleeps.
Can't go start doing a stand up.
Exactly. I'm gonna.
Let me tell you about the one time. No.
But you old bitch.
No, I have to have callers or something on mine.
Yeah.
Definitely have to.
Like our old radio show when we was kids.
Hell yeah, cracking.
All right, we're gonna get out of here. Hope y'all enjoyed the show this week. We definitely had some fun with y'all. So, as a reminder, if you have not already, please subscribe to the pod on the YouTube. Hit the notification bell. If you're in the comments, make sure you hit that like button. We appreciate everybody who stopped by in the comments. It was
lit
today.
Yeah.
So we appreciate all y'all
comments
for stopping through. Definitely appreciate it. Like, subscribe, rate, review, share the show, all that stuff. What that word of mouth do, we want to know. So show us. And yeah, join the Rumble pool if you have not already. Yeah, I think that's all the business. I don't have any parting words of wisdom outside
merch.
of just
Black quarterback. There's plenty of them in the playoffs right now. I'll go get you some shirt.
Yep.
Do it. Cop it.
Just saying, stay warm, y'all.
Hell, it's cold. Is the big dog.
The Hawk is out.
The Hawk out there for sure.
I saw somebody on my Facebook friend say she was talking to her son and said, "You better put some a hat on, the hawk outside." And he said, "The what?" And she said, "The hawk." And he said, "What? So it's a bird?" And she just stared at him. And he was like, "Mommy, like, please tell me, like, what are you talking about?" And it made me think, like, why do we say the hawk outside?
Hey man, country. I don't know.
We know
my
what
people from down south, so I heard it all my life.
Aren't most of ours?
So if you know the etymology of that phrase,
yeah, let us know.
Yeah.
That hawk out there though.
It is. It's out there bad. So we're gonna get out of here so we can get home to some warm roofs over our heads and some food in our stomachs. So to end the show, you want to follow me on social media? You can catch me.
Wait a minute.
On Twitter, Instagram, these PSN 2K Streets at Camille Monet, CAMILLE MONAE.
Bucks Burner on Twitter.
That's all you get.
That's like
everyday_gentleman on Instagram. Harris216 on Twitter and Snapchat.
And it's your boy, TIMKINZ. I ran out of energy, aka your boy Ass Ketchum, aka Mr. Give It To Me. I'll holler at y'all later. Y'all have a good night, except for the Dallas fans and this hater down here.
Some parting bars along over the outro.
I might have a ball too.
Nobody want to hear that shit.
I might have a ball too.
Nobody want to hear that
Might
shit.
give them to you. Goddamn it.
Oh, let's go. What you mean?
He got belated Bears jokes, so if you got any.
Oh, damn.
You gonna put the bear jokes into the to the rap to end the show, fam?
It's brick
It's
outside.
brick outside.
I never heard the.
That's some New York. That's some East Coast.
It's brick outside, B.
I think the funniest thing I ever heard about
It's
this,
bad brick outside, B.
I was at school at MSOE. It was like, man, it's hard nipples cold out here.
Hard. All right, so
That's just somebody that ain't
That's
no
the shit
common
you
phrase.
said.
Like, that's
I ain't say
hard
that.
nipple.
But
I heard it one
I fuck
time
with it.
when it came out my mouth.
I fuck
Right.
with it.
some hard nipples. This nigga wanted to get talking about some nipples, man. Bye. It's hard
Hey,
nipples
man.
outside.
It
That
makes
sound
sense to me.
crazy.
Your beat playing if you gonna rap.
Is my beat playing?
You would have had
Damn. I wouldn't know if I had my headphones. I had no headphones on. I had no shit on all day. Hold on, let me catch my beat. Let me catch the beat. Get up out in the streets. I had to grab the mic and get up on this one more time. These Dallas fans ain't got nothing on my time. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. I'm just trying to get them playing. You know I gotta let it go. Damn.
Jesus.
I'm saying.
Hey, this nigga. Hey, this.
It was terrible.
No,
It was good and terrible.
That's a bad one.
It was bad.
That was bad as bad as the Cowboys.
I was trying to catch the
Tech
beat.
ball after dark out here with Tim.
Deuce didn't tell me he was playing my beat, bro.
Oh, man, this
Headphones on.
man